Good morning, guys. This morning we are going to talk about a stunning subject. Very stunning, very shocking subject. And the title of the subject is I fantasize to unload my gun in the head of whites. This is a quotation, quote unquote, spoken by most probably the doctor is from India. Most probably. Still, they have not uploaded her total identity, her native place or birthplace or name of the husband, children, nothing has been uploaded. This thing happened just yesterday. She's a doctor over there, she's a psychiatrist, she works in a forensic lab in New York, and she is a big name in New York. She is defining doctor in the medical community, medical fraternity of America. Her name is Aruna khilanani. Now, day before yesterday, what happens that she was invited by Yale University. Yale University is one of the most, I can say, most advanced, upper hand universities, big league universities in America. She was invited over there to deliver a speech. And she went over there and she stunned everyone by her pathologically racist remarks. In the speech, that's what it says, that, hey, you white people, I have a fantasy, I dream to kill as many white as possible. I want to unload my gun in the head of the white person if any white is going to come in my way. I feel like that. I fantasize. I dream to kill as many white as possible. Now, being a doctor, professor, highly educated, well-read, and herself is also psychiatrist, must never, ever, ever even insinuate, even make any kind of indication of how she feels about the race in America. But she said, and it created an uproar. A twister was created, a storm was created, cyclone and hurricane were created by her words. Still, it is early to say what kind of retribution she is going to face. It is nascent to predict what kind of action will be taken by the authority of America, but something is definitely going to happen to her. Now, this kind of stupid, this kind of remark can be made only by illiterate, absolutely ignoramus person. Only ignoramus person can carry his or her heart on his or her sleeves. Psychiatrists must be well-mannered, disciplined, the discipline in their action, in their notion, in their diction. Every which way, even if you are hurt by some white, even if you have some kind of grievances against white, even if something has really bad thing has happened to you by white, but still you have to absolutely control and curb your emotion in public. You are a doctor. You are a renowned doctor. You are invited by a renowned, very big league university like Yale, invited by Yale to deliver the speech. Faculties and students in hundreds are sitting over there with bated breath to listen to you. And this is what you're going to say? That I dream to kill as many white as possible. This is a rowdy remark. Absolutely rogue and a rowdy remark coming from a thug type of person who doesn't have any kind of knowledge, doesn't have any kind of attitude, doesn't have any kind of understanding, doesn't have any kind of emotional well-being, doesn't have any kind of self-control, self-reverence, absolutely nothing. She has actually says number of things, but I've chosen 4 points to elaborate. Point number one is her rhetorics can culminate into social havoc. Whatever she has said, I mean, her rhetorics can culminate into social havoc. It can create very big havoc, very big commotion, very big storm in American society of white people. It can trigger white supremacist. It can trigger KKK, Ku Klux Klan. It can trigger even an ordinary white, create a kind of hatred, disdain against her. And she can jeopardize her job, her career, her life, the life of her husband, and the life of the kids if she has. These kind of rhetorics are not a kind of rhetorics which are going to earn you respect, veneration, ovation in the society. But these kind of rhetorics are definitely going to earn you abhor from everywhere, disdain and despise from everywhere. Point number two, expressing her frustration in a very abusive vituperatives. I've been to America for 20 years, and I have come across a number of Indian, Pakistanis, and foreign guys, who were so frustrated of America, so frustrated of being away from home, so much frustrated of homesickness. So many things are there in America to offer you lots of money, best place to live, best food, best clothes, best society, best job, best kind of behavior from the people, and still you were physically happy, but not mentally. Psychologically, no, they were not happy. They were frustrated in American society. My brother's friend tried to commit suicide over there without any kind of reason. He was living alone in a big apartment. He had a good job, he had a car, he had a saving, healthy person, was dating, had girlfriends. Still, he was so frustrated that he tried to commit suicide. Thanks to my brother, that my brother called him, and my brother was a little bit suspicious about that, because the last Saturday night he was talking about all kinds of frustrating things. And the frustrating thing that he was actually expressing, my brother actually grew suspicious. The next day, Sunday morning, he went over there, door was locked, he could not open, he knocked, finally went to the manager opened the door, and then this guy was unconscious. Tried to commit suicide, so many sleeping pill he swallowed. So this thing happened. So Miss Aruna, khilanani may be frustrated American society. She want to come back to India, but in India she will not be able to make that kind of money, that kind of facility, that kind of reputation, that kind of adoration, that kind of ovation. She cannot get it. So now she is swinging between two thoughts. One, to live in America frustrated, or to go to India or wherever her native place is and be pauper and poor, working like an ordinary person. Point number three, vice are socio-psychopathic barbarian. According to Dr. Khilanani, she always maintains this kind of opinion, this kind of parlance, this kind of prism about white people, that white people are all sociopathic barbarian. Yeah, she can get lots of material to prove herself that American whites are everywhere in the world, and they're killing everywhere in the world, like Libya and Iraq and of Iran and Afghanistan and Pakistan and Nigeria and Syria and everywhere. But that is all politics. It's a politician's game. We have nothing to do. We are masses. We are ordinary common people. We don't have any kind of right or any kind of authority to pass any kind of judgment against our leaders, what they are doing. At least we cannot actually brand them or dub them with any kind of barbaric words. We can express our opinion and say, no, that is not right. That white people are killing all the Asians and the Muslims and all this and that. But that doesn't mean that we should actually generalize entire white population in the world and say that they are socio-psychopathic barbarians. No, that is too much. That means going too far. Point number 4. She must be suffering from psycho disorder or midlife crisis or menopause. When a lady speaks this kind of language, when she becomes so bitter, when she loses control on her emotion, on her thoughts, ideas, language even, and uses this kind of linguistic vulgarity. Whenever lady uses this kind of linguistic vulgarity, only the reason is that she must be either suffering from some kind of psycho disorder. She may be psychopathic, even sociopathic. She may not like the society. She may not like the married life. She may not like the husband. She may have, or he may have another lady or another man on the side. And if she cannot come out of that kind of trap of marriage, she is living in a fear that what will happen if my husband or wife would find out about my second person in my life. So this kind of fear she is living, that can be the reason. Or midlife crisis. She is about 40 years old. Must be going through the midlife crisis. And a midlife slump can actually make everyone barbaric just like her. Everybody can speak like that. Furious. You are raged. You have a deep wrath about every single thing. And you are expressing this wrath in this kind of world, hating everyone, talking about killing everyone, because you are not ordinary person anymore. You are not normal. You have become abnormal, not physically, not mentally, not neurologically, not biologically, but psychologically. Psychologically, you have become totally abnormal. That is why you are expressing this kind of rhetorics, hating everyone. Actually, you are hating yourself. Fact of the matter is that whenever we hate ourselves, at that time we hate others. Our hatred or our hatred towards ourselves is expressed by hating other people. Or she might have menopause. Yes, 40 years old ladies are all menopausal. And when the person is in menopause, he or she would definitely suffer from this kind of psycho bouts. Psychological bouts, because hormonal bouts occur. Hormonals go yo-yo. Hormonals go absolutely crazy. Hormonal fluctuation occur, and this person actually totally loses the leash over her emotion, over her sentiment, over her feeling. Excuse me. So these are the 4 fundamental points about this lady named Aruna khilanani. Her name actually indicates that she is from India. But within a couple of days, we are definitely going to find out every nitty-gritty thing, every little thing about her identity and something more about it. But until then, you learn something out of this lady, that she is a doctor. She is not ordinary person. She is doctor, but frustrated doctor. So what we should do, we should never get frustrated. That is what they say in English language. Busy hands are happy hands. Try to stay busy. This is the most critical time, most crucial time that we are actually passing through. Lots of us don't have anything to do. So lots of them are very happy that they don't have anything to do because they are coming from the idle crowd. And then lots of us are frustrated, like me, that we don't have anything to do. So, year and a half that I've been sitting at the same place, I knew, my wife also told me, about a year ago that if you are going to be frustrated about the COVID and all sorts of things, you're going to get sick. And I did. I did get sick. And when you're frustrated, you are sick. And you can get sicker. You can hurt yourself, you can hurt others. So don't get frustrated. Keep yourself busy as much as you can. Keep yourself busy in religious things, exercise, reading, watching movies. Keep yourself busy. Period. Thank you very much for listening. Talk to you tomorrow. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet.